Who's never? You've got to be kidding me.
Who? You? I don't believe it.
Oh, come on, she's sweet. You guys are incorrigible.
Hey, I don't know what that means, but I have done a lot of things in this world, and I'm pretty sure I've been encouraged somewhere along the way.
Word. If anyone has been encouraged, it's this man, no doubt.
Here, honey, sit down. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, should I be afraid?
I can't believe that you're kidding, right? Where did you go to college? The Vatican?
Hey, I learned a lot in college. It's how I came to be sweeping up after closing in a coffee bar.
Look, I never, it's kind of like Truth or Dare.
Oh, it's
It is
nothing like
Truth or Dare.
It's like truth.
Without the dare.
It's really just a way for friends to open up around each other about
Who hasn't done stuff?
And I should care about who hasn't done stuff because...
well,
Because
you can help, we can help each other do things. It's really about mocking the people who haven't done the things that you have, isn't it?
absolutely.
And bragging about past exploits from the heyday of your youth.
precisely. Here, I'll go first. Mel, replace this with something useful, will you?
I'm one step ahead of you. Hey! Dios mío! Do we have to do it with tequila?
Gee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see. I may not see later, but I see now. Okay, Bob. School me.
Whoa, hold on, wait, you don't drink until after.
And then only if you have done the thing.
Oh, lady wants to drink. Lady can drink.
All right, so how it works...
Oh,
is
now
that
you won!
I've never kissed a Chinese girl.
He's four. My turn, right?
Yeah, right.
I have never smuggled foreign cheese into America.
I do like French cheese. What? It's unpasteurized and delicious. You can't get that shit here. What? I like quality dairy
Oh God, there's a culture joke in there somewhere. Your culture cheese is called. Oh God, just pretend I said something clever. You guys love me and know me well enough to know what I might have said. Claro que sí.
You know it.
To your humor and to your coffee shop.
To infinity and beyond.
What? Guys, this is fun and all. But I mean, I don't understand why we have to do this with silly drinking games. And I know the art of conversation was probably invented before your time, but let's just ask each other questions, and we can talk about our past that way, huh?
Okay, who is the best lover you ever had?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it'd be me, but we never slept together. Have we?
Same question for all of you. Who's the best lover you ever had? Long-time relationship or onesie-twosie a la carte experience, if you will?
What, do you want names?
Yeah, because names are going to be a problem with him.
I will say that the onesie-twosie a la carte experience is always better than the long-term relationship.
What? No way, you can't say always. Plus, don't have sex on a cart, it's just dangerous. Trust me.
Yeah, one-night stands can easily be mistakes. Easily.
But the mystery is still there. The stolen opportunity, the risks taken, the diem carpe, the moment seized. Plus, you don't have to tack on all the next steps and long-time commitments and joint decision-making, the trust.
Ooh, the trust!
Yeah, I say the onesie-twosie long weekend experience rules.
How about you, Robin? Long-time relationship or onesie-twosie long weekend experience? Are we talking reality or Ally McBeal box set DVDs? Reality. Onesie-twosie long weekend experience. Spain, right? Yeah, the guy I met on the train in Spain.
Isn't that where it rains mainly on the plane?
I really couldn't tell you what it does on the plane. I hate it not so much. I like that. You don't need the outside world.
Oh, what made him so great?
He was just amazing. Worldly, artsy, fearless. He was a musician and a writer and just so cool.
I'm a musician.
I'm a writer.
Who could I have been if I weren't this? A spy. A world-traveling, multilingual spy. Or a stewardess. A multilingual stewardess on Air France. A government liaison. A lesbian. A rich foreigner's wife jet-setting from the United Arab Emirates to Cannes to hang out with friends at film festival parties. Or alone, addicted to cocaine, but slim. I could have married Johnny Depp, cut my hair, dyed my hair, gotten tattoos, had yachts, had staff. I could have gone to the Oscars. Had Ryan Seacrest kiss my ass. Kelly Osbourne comment on my dress. Oh, it's classic notes, very sort of rock and roll. I like it. I could have been chic and pretentious, using words like flat and boot and rubber. Ciao, darling. Come round for tea, yeah? Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Who stopped me?
Who here wants to know a secret? I wouldn't ordinarily let this sort of thing get out, but this feels like a confessional forum about expression and honesty. And, well, frankly, I just need to get this off my chest. I don't know who a lot of people are. People think I know things, that I'm educated. Well, I have degrees, but I don't know who the hell a lot of important people are. Sorry, I am. I wish I knew who people were. I don't. I mean, that's why we have Google, right? If I knew who these people were, how to answer my own questions, an entire technological empire wouldn't exist. You like Google, right? You're welcome. If I knew how to answer your questions, you wouldn't have the pleasure of smiling at how Google fills in the rest of the words and phrases it thinks you're trying to type. It's fun, right? Here, some of the questions I've asked Google lately. Who is Hosni Mubarak? Who is the French president's wife? She's an actress and a singer, and she's hot. Who goes first in chess? Who wrote the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Richard O'Brien. And it's actually the Rocky Horror Show, not the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Common mistake, who knew? Who owns the Predators? Who wrote the Hokey Pokey? Who won this season of Project Runway? Don't tell me. This damn need for constant knowledge. Who could resist it?
Our pants are half off. Who writes that and doesn't hear how it sounds? Still funny after all these years. And then a typesetter lays it out, an editor reads it, a staffer sends it to the paper where other people read it, and it goes to print. Who are these people? The most real-life morons? Look at her. Whore. Whore. Kardashian. Whore. Whore. Child of whore. What you doing? Reading. Yeah, any good? Whores. Oh, and shoes. Really good shoes in this issue. I mean, painful, ridiculously expensive shoes, but fun to look at. I want them all. Ooh, and that hair. And that purse. And that man.
Okay, Oprah, without her makeup, is not an attractive person. But she pays someone a lot of money to look fantastic. Why can someone do that for Fergie?
And her.
Is that?
Whore.
Well, the shop is great, and you look great.
Thanks, you too.
So everything's good, huh? Work and life.
Who's the best lover you ever had?
Who's the?
Yeah, well, if it wasn't me, I'm not sure I want to know.
You want to know?
Yeah, I mean, out of all those people you were messing around with back then, when we were, well, we were all so different, such different types of people. I've always wondered, I've never understood why all of us, spice of life, variety, and the lying man.
I deserve that.
Who? If you could have had just one. Who? He's in here doing art today.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
What you working on?
Smurfs.
Oh, Smurfs. Smurfs are cool. I always like Smurfs.
Who is she?
She's my friend.
What do you need a friend for?
Well, to spend time together, to look after each other.
We spend time together and look after each other.
That's right, we do.
Who is she?
She's my friend too.
I'm Sarah. Herbie, I've heard a lot about you.
I don't know you.
I'd like to know you.
Dr. Jacobs tells me you're doing great in class. You're better than anyone else with colors and shapes. There must be all these coloring books and stickers, huh?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah?
Do you ever get pissed?
Yeah, sure. I get pissed sometimes.
Do you ever get pissed at her?
Do I ever get pissed at her? No, Herbie, I don't get pissed at her.
Maybe you don't know her very well.
Oh, boy, Herbie, I know Miss Sarah really well, and I don't get pissed at her.
Would you say that if she was not here?
Yes, Herbie, I would. Say, buddy, hey, who's that?
Smurfette.
Well, you're not about to say that I'm like Smurfette, are you?
Papa Smurf. He's old. Jokey Smurf. He's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Clumsy Smurf. He's clumsy. Grouchy Smurf. He's
Let me guess.
grouchy. Brainy Smurf. He's smart. Stinky Smurf. He's what's he?
He's stinky, Herbie.
You said Stinky Herbie.
Well, yeah, I guess I did, but Herbie's he ain't not stinky today, are you, Herbie?
No, not stinky today.
That's good, Herbie.
Maybe stinky later, not now.
Oh, you're doing real good, Herbie.
Who is she?
She's my friend.
Who's your best friend?
Who's the sexiest person you know? I bet it's someone who's not very pretty. I'm right, aren't I? The heavy guy with the hairy forearms? The 60-something waitress with the throaty laugh and the hair that smells like hush puppies? The smart guy. The asshole who cheated on you 20 years ago. Jenny Smith when you were in 7th grade together. Hell, Willem Dafoe. No one can explain that one, but damn! You know what I mean, don't you? Pretty, handsome, don't equal sexy. But will you admit it? Who's the sexiest person you know?
Who's out there?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Does J. Jill count?
Only for women of a certain age.
Ooh, I'm glad to be exempt from the wrath of the Almighty. What are you doing here?
I was going to play for a little while, it's all right.
Oh, me coffee shop has 2 coffee shops. Want me to lock up?
Yeah, I don't want some music row hack sneaking in here stealing my lyrics.
How can you tell an industry spy?
Smiley
And
lips.
frosty tips. Have fun. Mwah.
Night. Hello, baby. Not the word. All right, Chazzy Chaz. What beauty can we make tonight? Something about what? Who? About who? Whom? Whom? About whom? Well, whom's important? Whom is Nashville? Huh. Who is Nashville? We are Nashville, yeah. But who really? Oh. So who's Nashville? Me, you, them two. What do we share? We share Bud's Uncle Bud's catfish and such. Pick it up a bit. It's Nashville. Me, you, and them two. In Nashville, we ain't Nashville. Johnny Cash will live on forever. Nashville, me, you, and them two. When music, gotta use it or lose it. Bluegrass and funk, we fuse it. What about life goes by? Said choose it. He ain't Nashville. Not me or you or them too. Lose it and lose it, pick it or take it. That English only motherfucker can't stick it. Who's Nashville? Me and you and them too. This is good. Knowing Till Road is my good. I can probably nail catch up. Don't mean that I should. And I don't know who you heard singing and strumming at the bluebird. Those folks who play there usually wrote the music and the words. To your radio hits and the CDs, you think that pretty singing star wrote it, please. Who's Nashville? Me, you, and them too. That rhyming don't mean Simon, though he's played there and filled the joint with stars and rhymes and fans. Yeah, we all got plans to make something, make some music, tell a story, bring a smile, walk a mile in someone else's shoes for 3.5 minutes. With the bridge and a car, it does something for us. Yeah, I miss Nashville stories and Opryland. Man, I really did miss Opryland. Oh. Nashville rocks to beat the band.
So the first thing I heard was Little Boy, and I thought he said something like, "It's hard to start." And I noticed he hadn't taken a bite of his apple or his sandwich, and I thought, he probably needs somebody to cut it for him. How cute is that? I mean, it's healthy food for a kid, the dad's in scrubs. They probably think this food is cool. Based on the dad's answer, I realized he asked, what time does it start? He was dressed in a soccer outfit, probably 5 years old, small, socks as big as he was. He covered half his body. And he's looking up at his dad, and he's asking politely, and in his little voice, what time does it start?
It starts when you get there. Booyah!
Well, the boy obviously didn't understand. Neither did his sister. She was probably 5, Tiny too. She had made a peep since they came in. And then I realized the dad isn't even going to the game.
I'm gonna drop you at Karen's house and she's gonna take you. We have to be there in 15 minutes. All right. Grab your food. Come on. Let's
So I
go.
thought he was going to bring it over to me so I could wrap it to go. No, he walked over to the trash and he dumped that boy's untouched, beautiful apple and that untouched, fresh roasted turkey sandwich on farm bread baked fresh by Zelda at 5 a.m. this morning. And then he picks up an open bag of chips and says,
You want to take these with you?
and the boy took them.
All right. Grab your drinks. Come on. Let's bring those with us.
Okay, now I thought there were large drinks for a child, fruit teas, large fruit teas. But what are you going to do? It's profit for us, and I guess fruit tea's better than Cokes for a child. But they're not my kids, and I know parents have to pick their battles. I turned away for a second, not that they noticed, but I've been watching them for a long time, and I turned away and tea all over the floor. And that little boy is looking up, wide-eyed, red-faced, staring at his dad.
Did you drop that? Well, pick it up. Don't just stand there.
And then to the little girl, she was so cute and so tiny.
Haley, help him. Just pick it up. You have to help him. Just try to pick some of it up.
And then a customer, who had obviously heard more of their lunch than I had, gets napkins, places them over the puddle and says, don't worry, it's okay. We'll clean it up. We'll just lay napkins down. And Ralph went to get a mop, and I was with a customer. You know that weird guy who always asks if we're out of ride? So my attention was divided.
That guy.
And the dad is picking up his phone and his keys and other stuff on the table. And then he barks, Walker, can you take the bread? It's called a baguette. He actually said that.
It's called a baguette. Can you not drop it?
And the little girl laughed. She laughed, wanting it to be okay, wanting Dad's comment to be lighthearted, knowing it wasn't.
It's okay, buddy. You didn't mean to drop it. You didn't mean to drop it, did you?
Those kids lined up like trained pets waiting to be let out by the front door. And I watched them. And I imagined the kind of bond they were developing in my father like that. And then all of a sudden the little girl started. And she darted through the customers and the little boy noticed he followed her. The dad had gone out the back door. Now, who gets to have kids and treat them that way?
Who frightens you more than anyone? Terrorists? Closed-minded people? Gays? Adulterers? People who hurt children? Republicans? Are you frightened of another country? Another religion? Another race? Who? Fuck!
I don't know, let's lighten the mood a bit, let's say. Yeah, we acknowledge that some people suck. Okay, we all have fears and judgmental thoughts about others, about ourselves. Okay, I suck. I have judgy thoughts. It doesn't make it right, just let's try to provoke some warm ponderings too, huh? I mean, is that cool with you? I mean, no, not that what you were saying wasn't good, what you were saying just now. Very, very good stuff. I'll be thinking about it later. I mean, nobody's blaming you for using theater as a platform to provoke thinking. There's nothing wrong with that. Mel, Robin.
Hey, Mr. Q.
No.
You me?
No. Nobody Mr. Q. I just wanted to do the thing we talked about. I mean, you finished your point, right, Chaz?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, let's do the thing. Balance out this heavy stuff.
Can we get some house lights, please?
Oh, who you
Thanks,
gonna
Gabe.
ask?
Oh, I think we should ask all of them.
That's Nashville, right? A lot of them probably know each other.
Do you think they'll be more embarrassed or less embarrassed?
Who cares? Nobody minds, nobody's judging. This is all about sharing information. And I mean, yeah, we can Facebook and tweet about it later. And for those of you who've been doing that, yes, everyone can see you.
And here's the click keyboard.
And see the glow of your light.
The people on stage and the people sitting around you, we see you text. We do. We can't help it. It's like a technological bark. It just permeates the crowd. It's absolutely.
Guys! Look, I thought you wanted to provoke warm thoughts. Berating the texters is just going to start a riot. Look, this is about sharing good information, right?
Right, you're right. Okay, sorry. Okay. Everybody, show of hands, people. This is really important. Who here has never seen the entire series of Lost? Okay. All right. It's cool. Rent it, Netflix it, borrow it. It's easy. All right, next.
Who here has not seen Amelie? Yes, it's French, but it's okay if you don't speak French. It's got subtitles. Okay, all right, show of hands. Who didn't see it in the theater? That's okay. You just full body saw, but it's a beauty and ruin for everybody else. Just rent it.
Who here has not read the Poisonwood Bible?
Now, hey.
Oh, good. You gotta get on that. You will thank me. It's genius and fulfilling.
All right. Who here has not tried the popsicles at Los Palatos and 12th Avenue South?
Who beat Bobby Flay in the Food Network throw? Yeah.
Oh, guys, come on, don't be ridiculous. It's real fruit, chili pepper chai, for Christ's sakes. I mean, come on, promise me. Who'll go? Who? You? Come on.
Somebody's got me.
You promise?
You promise.
All right. Love you.
Who here does not have any Kirsty McCall music? She died 11 years ago in a terrible accident. She was struck by a boat while diving with her 2 sons. Guy barreled into a protected area and roped off. No boats allowed. Certainly not speedboats, and certainly not at the speed this life taker was going. They say she was struck while pushing her boys out of the way. Eyewitness accounts say the boat was driven by a millionaire, but one of his employees confessed to have been driving the boat. And he was fined 1,034 pesos for the death of Kirsty McCall. That's about $90 US. That was his punitive fine in lieu of a prison sentence. He was forced to pay restitution of $2,150 US to the Kirsty McCall family based on his wages. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She's a genius. And there'll never be any more of her music than there is right now. So please get some. Any album will do. Tropical Brainstorm is a great place to start.
Was she the chick that sang with the Pogues?
One of them, and the Smiths.
The other folk singer was Elvis Costello's wife.
Diana Krall?
Cato Reardon back in the day. But yeah, Kirsty.
Her dad was Ewan McCall, big name in English theater. You all clearly like theater. Google her dad, too. Fascinating man. He was in a relationship with Joan Littlewood for years. She's considered the mother of modern theater. But when Kirsty was born, he was with American folk singer Peggy Seeger. Kirsty's mom is dancer Jean Love.
Who wouldn't grow up artistic in a setting like that? Look, people, she's spectacular. And if you aren't enjoying her music, please start now.
You know who else is fabulous and theatrical and musical? Christy Rose.
Ooh, yeah, you know, she might even be here tonight. Hey, Christy, you out there? Oh my God, she really is out there!
Wait, who is it that you always describe her as?
If Grace Link and Patsy Cline had a daughter.
Oh, who wouldn't love that, huh? I mean, really.
Yeah. Okay, well, hey, now you've all seen her, you know her, go see her. She lives in Nashville, plays a lot, just keep your eyes peeled. Go see Kirsty Rose.
Who sings that song Mercy Now? That's great, right?
Oh, yeah. It's drag queens and limousines.
Mary Gaucher.
Ah, yeah, it's Mary Gauthier.
It's Gaucher.
It's go sheer.
Well, I heard it was go there.
It's Mary Gaucher.
Well, I like her.
Me too. Oh, Luigi.
All right, so who else do we need to make sure our friends know about?
I don't know. I gotta get ready for the next scene.
Oh, you know, who's in the next one with you?
You are, Chaz.
Shit, I knew that.
Who here has seen Chavs in plays?
He's good, huh?
Yeah.
It's very natural, isn't he? Like he owns the stage,
Yeah, and he's handsome too.
I guess.
Horton Hears a Who is a 1954 book written by Theodore Seuss Geisel, also known as Dr. Seuss. It is the second book that features our beloved Horton the elephant, the first being Horton Hatches the Egg. And of course, we all know the Who's from their later roles in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Oh, cute buggers. Where are they? After World War II, Theodore Geisel put aside his animosity toward Japan, and he wrote this book as an allegory to the American post-war occupation of the country. He even dedicated this book to his Japanese friend Mitsuki Nakamura, a professor. In the book, Horton the elephant, on the afternoon of May 15th, I should have my shoe on for this. May 15th, while splashing in a pool in the jungle of Nurul, here's a tiny speck of dust. Yes, you silly, yes. No, let me tell it. No, let me tell it. This tiny speck of dust is indeed a tiny planet, home to the city called Whoville, and inhabited by microscopic inhabitants known as Whos, and led by a character called the Mayor.
The Who are an English rock band formed in 1964 by Roger Daltrey,
Lead vocals and harmonica.
Pete Townsend,
Lead guitar, backing vocals and piano.
John Entresson,
Bass and backing vocals.
and Keith Moon.
Drums.
They became known for energetic live performances,
Yeah.
which often included instrument destruction.
Yeah, but who cares about that? What about these cute little Who people on the lit planet? And the guy, who's the guy?
The mayor?
Yeah, the mayor.
Oh, the Mayor asks Horton, who cannot see them but can hear them quite well.
Because of his large ears. Well, with being an elephant, no.
Yes, that's right. The Horton and the Mayor asked Horton to help take care of the Whos, which Horton happily agrees to do.
Was quite a stand-up chap, this boy.
Oh, he is. Over and over in the book he says, even though you can't see them or hear them at all, a person's a person, no matter how small.
Yeah. It's fucking righteous. Cool, you know? Christ.
So does anybody help Horton?
Yeah, or does he go, solo?
Oh, he has to go solo because no one else can see or hear the Whos.
Christ.
Oh, Horton is ridiculed and forced into a cage by the other animals for believing in something that they cannot hear or see.
I can't take it.
The Who have sold approximately 100 million records and charted 27 top 40 singles in the UK and the United States.
His chief torment is Vlad Vladikov, the Wickersham brothers.
As well as 17 top 10 albums, 18 gold, 12 platinum, and 5 multi-platinum album awards in the United States alone.
The Sour Kangaroo.
And Moon died At the age of 32, 1978.
Horton tells the Who's that lest they be boiled in bezelnut oil, they must be heard by the other animals
After
in
which,
the jungle.
the band put out 2 studio albums
Face Dancers and It's Hard.
with a different drummer
Kenny Jones.
before disbanding in 1983.
Yeah, the Who broke up. It was the end of an era. But what happened to Horton and the Who's?
Yeah, I'd kind of like to know that myself.
What would? In order for the Who's to be heard on their tiny planet, the entire society must lend their voices and be loud about it. In the end, a tiny shirker named Jojo lends his voice to the volume, and collectively they can be heard in the jungle.
Thank God.
Oh, so they helped Horton.
Oh yes, convinced of the Who's existence, the animals agreed to help Horton take care of them.
Oh, that's great. It's bloody great. And all because he had ears big enough to hear them cry for help.
Haven't I heard that person's a person thing somewhere before?
Probably. Horton's repeated sentiment, person's a person, no matter how small, has been hijacked by the debate over abortion in the United States.
Oh, let's talk about the Who again.
They get back together to perform for special occasions.
Lovely.
And
The Union tours, and the 25th anniversary tour, and the quadrophenia tours of 96 97.
Theodore Geisel did not like groups hijacking his phrase, nor did his widow Audrey Geisel, who didn't like people to co-opt his characters or material to front their own points of view.
sorry, Audrey.
Oh.
Yeah, but who doesn't gain wisdom from Dr. Seuss?
In the year 2000, the 3 original members of The Who got together to record an album of new material. But their plans were stalled by the death of John Entwistle in 2001, who died at 57.
Townsend and Daltrey continue to perform as the Who.
We'd like to thank everybody for coming here today. It really means a lot to all of us. They've asked me to... Everyone thought that I should... I'm sorry, this... He was the best person I ever knew. I wanted to be him. I wanted to be as funny as he was, as good and strong, as honest and kind, and as prepared as he was. Plan ahead, right? That was his motto. And he did. He planned for all of us, right? Always put us first. He understood duty, but we weren't his duty, we were his family. We always will be. We'll take it from here. Don't worry, man. I will.
You a song and I try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get
Who's Fannie Mae D's?
It's one of those home loan things, like HUD.
No, it isn't. Lord, you're cute and alarming.
It's the real name of that park, right? With the dragon sculpture.
Oh, what, Dragon Park?
Yeah, I went there and I saw that the sign says Fannie Mae D's Park. And there's a mosaic of a woman on the dragon that a little girl told me was Eleanor Roosevelt, but something tells me it's Fannie Mae D's. Not that I don't love a 6-year-old girl that thinks it's Eleanor Roosevelt.
She's dead, of course, Fannie Mae. But she was the leader in the fight between Vanderbilt and that neighborhood like 30 or 40 years ago.
What was the fight about?
Vanderbilt wanted to expand and build facilities into the city blocks where she and a bunch of people lived.
She must have lived in that house her whole life, learned to ride bikes up and down those streets, trick-or-treated at all the houses along Capers. That was her history, her world.
That must be tough. I mean, choosing between progress and growth for the school and the city and losing your whole neighborhood block. Was the school going to buy the homes?
Yeah, for a fair price, somebody said. You know, there's some things you just can't put a price on.
Oh, so what happened?
She died, right?
Yeah, she died after fighting it for like 11 years. And she died in the late 70s. With urban renewal, the city and the school could claim eminent domain if they could have that neighborhood declared a slum.
A slum? That neighborhood?
Well, some people wanted the expansion and some didn't. The story goes that the property owners, Vanderbilt among them, let their properties go down in order to meet the very loose criteria of being called a slum. Fannie Mae fought it till the end. She didn't budge until her death. And they found her dead, sitting in a chair in her basement, just a few days before the school was going to have her evicted. And the battle was over.
So who built the park and the dragon?
The city.
Yeah, the city. Vanderbilt had a hand in it. I guess they felt bad. I don't know, it must be hard to negotiate change or be government. But Pedro Silva made the serpent. And he tiled the mosaics with school kids from the neighborhood, what we call the dragon.
I love that dragon.
I do too.
Wow. Who was Fannie Mae D's?
Damn.
Who's the ugliest person you know? I am.
Who would you be like if you were a dude? Seriously?
Yeah, who? I don't know. I'd be Bruce Willis, Dave Chappelle, and Walter Cronkite all rolled into one. I don't know why.
Come on, I'm serious. You have all the qualities I want in a man, but you're not a man. Does that mean those qualities don't exist in man form, or then I need to be a little bit more open-minded about which genders are in my dating pool? Would you still be the kind of person you are as a woman if you were a man, or would you be different?
I don't know. Does the Y chromosome change the person? I don't know.
Testosterone sure as hell changes the person.
True that. Look at my
Your
nephew.
Oh, such a sweet little boy.
Oh, he's a lecherous 15-year-old.
No.
You haven't seen the way he looks at you.
Oh, no, I have seen the way he looks at me. He's a lecherous 15-year-old. Oh, you can't help it, though. I'm hot. Ethics, manners, punishment, and good upbringing are powerless against these. Hot blonde grown-up is a hot blonde grown-up.
No, he's completely changed. He doesn't even try to please his mother. He doesn't listen to an entire sentence, she says. The only thing that he is interested in are video games and girls. And the only thing he really likes are video game girls. Those perky-nippled avatar girl creatures from planets or other worlds. They're aliens, they're oversexed. It's disgusting.
Oh, that sweet disposition will come back, though, someday, right?
Not until his mid-40s, and not until after he has courted and dated a woman much younger than he is, and who he doesn't deserve. Then he'll move right into lecherous old man stage. You know, we only have 2 good periods with men. Birth, 10, and then 43 to 50. The rest of the time, they're just pigs.
Who shat in your Cheerios?
I can't enjoy entertainment in public anymore.
What? You? You've been the party guy for years, dude. You are entertainment in public.
Yeah, well, the change is... it's complete. You know, I suspected it earlier, now I know. Netflix and iPod have ruined me. What do you do this summer? Paid out the wazoo to stand. Yes, stand in Nashville Heat in July, while the bonehead in front of me does his best impersonation of a windshield wiper. Who does that? And then tonight, I go to the movies. The movies, right? It's a simple pleasure, one I don't afford myself very often, so it's special, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, don't go to the movies often.
No, you do not.
So it's special.
Very special.
Ruined!
Ruined?
Absolutely, I doubt I'll ever go to the movies again.
What did you see?
It's a Woody Allen thing. It doesn't matter because of the uncontrollable.
The uncontrollable.
Oh, yeah, the scents and smells and food sounds. And the last person in the theater who's the tallest person on earth, who sits where? Directly in front of the seat that I carefully chose 45 minutes earlier. But that is not the worst of it.
No.
No. The worst is the sweet, elderly foreign woman who sits down right beside me just before the movie starts.
What, was she sexting?
No, she smelled old.
She smelled?
Yeah, I mean, how can you plan for that, huh? That's impossible. I mean, you're out to enjoy an intellectual comedy, and suddenly all your thoughts are about your late grandmother, and how she used to put ice milk in a bowl for you with chocolate syrup after school, and playing in her closets when you were little, hiding your G.I. Joes, and making hand grenades out of rolled up pantyhose. Who could plan for that?
Who indeed?
Who can read this menu?
Those moderately fluent in American English with vision like owls.
Vision like owls.
Exceptional vision.
Yes, it is common knowledge that owls have exceptional vision, just odd turn phrase.
Odd or intriguing?
Yes.
I am, aren't I?
Odd and intriguing? Yes.
Oh, no, the lady was first.
No, I wasn't actually.
No,
No, please, you go.
The lady will have the cold cut sandwich with Swiss cheese, green peppers, black olives, light onion, and
Do it.
mayo.
Yeah.
Flatbread. Warmed.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Pepper.
Okay. That was weird.
And kind of amazing. I'm scared.
I'm not.
Should I get your number?
I think fate will take care of that.
I'll be giving Fate a call this afternoon.
You do that.
Who is that?
Who would you be like if you were a chick?
I had the voice of Kathleen Turner, lips like Angelina.
You call me siren, and I sing to ocean. Wave, tide, shore, pulsating. You call me, and I answer over street noise and electric toys and rhythm with tick-tock heart. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. I'm placing bets on the go-kart race of our hearts, wondering if mine will reach the finish line first. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. My pheromones sparkling in the wind. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Bubbling from the most distant and the most present belly. Aisha holding her hands out to me, batting at my windows and doors like wings, with a distant lineage of battlefields unseen in my blood. My jihad love pulsating, quickening, slowing. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. You call me siren, and I sing to ocean. Wave, tide, shore, pulsating, quickening, and then the last shudder before. Where did you come from, little bird? Falling from the nest, I guess. Beating at my ribcage, ba-boom, 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 flutter of pulse. I'm dying from the smell of lemon mud, and even the smallest marks. Bird or bug has an odor you know that rises out and spills on your fingers and into the wind. It says I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, pulsating, quickening, slowing. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Says tick-tock, ba-boom, ba-boom, tick-tock, ba-boom, ba-boom, tick-tock, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-boom, ba-boom. Aisha asked her questions in startling rhythms, and I'm still here, beating the heart, beating the heart, beating. Ba-boom, 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 ba-tick, tick, 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 ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, 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 ba-tick. But sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes
not as important who you think as that you think.
Who's next? Who's next? Always the ones that you least expect. They seem so strong. It turned out she wanted more all along. And each time I hear who's to part, I examine my heart, see how it stands, wonder if it's still in safe hands. It's bad, I should have guessed.
Who would you want to be stuck in an elevator with?
How long am I stuck?
I don't know, does it matter?
Yeah, if we're talking 30 minutes, then we're talking 2 hours, then we're talking 4 hours, somebody I can pee in front of.
I was stuck in an elevator at work once.
You work?
Oh, yes, songwriting is work. And yes, there's a big fancy building I go to sometimes where I get checks, meet pretty singer types, and cut demos.
And get stuck in an elevator.
Any pretty singer types with you that day?
Sadly, no. I was by myself. And I can tell you, there is no way to reach that little door in the ceiling of an elevator by yourself in a box with completely smooth walls 5 feet apart. Not all like it is in the movies where you just climb out of the hatch.
So what'd you do?
Texted the secretary, played Angry Birds until my phone went dead, then slept in the corner until they got me out.
Good Lord, how long did that take?
2 hours.
That's it. I am getting Depends and keeping them in my purse.
You could always take the stairs.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Let's take a vacation.
Us?
You mean together?
Road trip!
Like leave the coffee shop in?
No, I don't know who you think you're dealing with here. We're creatures of habit. Adventure necessary.
What's your novel about?
It's an adventure.
And you are
Writing
in
it.
How long have you been working on that? Oh, that's not the same novel you've been working on since I met you, is it?
No, Chaz. I've actually written 12 since then, just deleted them all. Whoops!
Is he kidding?
Bob
I
Kids!
know that the ideal song is 3.5 minutes long, that you people crank those out all day long, but it takes time to write a story, Chaz. It's time consuming to develop delicious, fully developed characters. It takes talent, Chaz, and research and thought. A lot of people and experiences go into creating a character.
Yeah, you don't just quote stuff that I say?
No, I don't just quote stuff you say. I improve on it. For art's sake. And not that you alone are not a fascinating and compelling character, but think about everyone that influenced you. All the people that were quilted together to make Robin. All the encounters and experiences and friends and loves, strengths and weaknesses that were melted together like slivers of soap to make the bar that's Mel.
Ooh, that'd be some cool pieces of soap.
Oh, thanks.
Who did influence you, Mel? I mean, who came together over all these years to form you as the woman we see today?
Wow. That is one big mismatched bar of soap. I don't know why. I'll tell you what I thought of when you started talking about compelling characters. There were these 2 guys I liked in grad school. I liked them both. They were best friends, and they both liked me. One was this artsy rock and roll type, Bono, if you will. And he made art and wore eyeliner and was a smart ass, and nobody like him had ever been into me. The other friend was quiet and polite and a stand-up, humble guy, the edge, if you will. And I broke the edge's heart when I told him I was picking Bono. And of course, Bono proved to be true to the elements that had attracted me to him, and was indeed an ass. And I ignored it for months until one day I stood up and I pointed out, it's not that I was too good to him. It was that he wasn't good enough to me. You know what he said? He said that everything that had attracted me to him, he had learned from the edge. His humor, his artsy as fuck. Now he's single now, probably still an ass. And the edge is married to a foreign woman and they've got a kid. I could have been that foreign woman.
Yeah, but then it'd be your kid.
Thanks, Chaz. You always know how to cheer me up. So, who's the next asshole to fall for?
Well, I'm sure you'll find out soon enough.
Well, thanks, Chaz.
Sure, Mel. That's good background, but who's in you?
You mean like a list?
Yeah.
Sounds like something women might talk about in the bathroom. Yo, Mel!
Chronological? Annie Lennox, my grandmother. Barbie and Midge had that cool eyeshadow, plastic eyelashes, but not as good hair as Barbie. Nancy Drew, Barbara Wabba, Pippi Longstocking, Tinkerbell, and Penny Marshall, and Laverne.
Well, not Shirley?
No! My mother, of course, Sinead O'Connor, Cyndi Lauper, ooh, and that cartoon girl from Take On Me, Take On Me. Well, we didn't have internet, what do you want? We had 3 major networks. Hee Haw, Love American Style, and who did you want me to look up to, Mrs. Roper?
You go, Chaz.
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Not Scott Baio?
No! Chips.
Duh.
Speed Racer, Mighty Mouse, Dick Tracy, Bugs Bunny. Come on. Angus Young, Bob Seger, Adamant. Just a little. Rob?
Emma. Veronica Mars. Kristen Chenoweth. Jane Curtin. Martha Stewart pre-jail. Cuomo D. And Sylvia Plath. Just a little. In a healthy, literate way.
Okay, Writerman, who's in you?
Oh, well, Declan McManus, Frodo, Johnny Carson, Eminem, Kurt Loder, Thomas Dolby, and Connie Chung. Kidding.
Oh, come on, who's up for a road trip? Road trip!
Yeah! And throw out all these customers?
Oh, well, if I can't get a wild hair and close this place once every 20 years, what's the point of having it? Let's go on an adventure so Bob will have something to write about. Who's with me? Okay, say it. I'll say it with you.
Look, there's just one question. What happened?